Now, almost everyone knows about the sheer number of epic shows that are about to release in the next couple of months, like Lords of the Mysteries, Dan Season 2, and Gachiakuta. The freaking list just doesn't end. But what comes after that? Well, it turns out that the upcoming seasons are just the beginning of pure greatness. So today I've got the top 10 most anticipated upcoming anime, and without further delay, let's dive on in. To start off, we have The Detective Is Already Dead Season 2. Now, I know a lot of you will disagree with me, but this is a really solid show. The first season was a freaking roller coaster that crashed my expectations and rebuilt them into something wilder. The makers brought a blend of mystery, action, and heartbreak that left me in complete awe when I first watched it. But let's talk about the story first. So the main character once served as the assistant to the legendary detective, but guess what? The detective's freaking dead. Bet you didn't know about that one. Now she is drawn into new mysteries linked to her legacy and uncovers secrets, conspiracies, and connections that blur the line between life, death, and memory. And the way it teased the boundary between life and death gave it an eerie death parade vibe, all while keeping the momentum electric. The storytelling was unpredictable yet deeply emotional, and the one thing the show tries to explore is the cost of losing and trying to reclaim what should be gone. Season 1 ended with so many open wounds and teasing clues that the anticipation for Season 2 feels almost unbearable. It's set to dive even deeper into the labyrinth of memories, loyalty, and unfinished missions, all while drenching us in style and heartbreak. So while it doesn't have an actual release date yet, it'll probably come around summer of 2026, so be sure to watch out for this one. Then at number 9, we have Oshino Season 3. Now, you know what happens when an anime has a first episode that's just way too good, right? Well, it just creates a bar so high that all the other episodes combined can't reach. And as a result, people just sleep on the next seasons of the anime. Anyway, for those who haven't watched this show yet, it's about a doctor who, after being reincarnated as the child of an idol superstar, and then the main character ends up unraveling the twisted underbelly of the entertainment industry, using his second life to uncover a murder and protect his sister from the same fate. Oshinoko detonated onto the scene like a secret weapon, carving into the sparkling surface of idol culture and exposing the rot beneath. The first season's devastating twist left the whole anime community bawling out. It wasn't just a story, it was a ruthless emotional surgery on the entertainment world, and every cut left a scar. Season 2 expands the darkness, showing how Aqua's pursuit of revenge consumes his humanity. The world of betrayal and ruthless competition wrapped viewers in a suffocating grip, making it impossible to look away even when it hurt. Every scene shimmered with beauty while dripping in blood underneath. Now, Season 3 promises even greater chaos. Aqua is spiraling deeper into the abyss, Ruby is stepping further into the spotlight, and the shadows of the killer loom larger than ever. This isn't just another anime season, this is a slow-motion car crash you cannot escape. And it's going to be beautiful. So stop sleeping on this show and go and watch it for Pete's sakes. Next at number 8, we have Reincarnated as a Slime Season 4. This anime was probably the most influential anime of the Isekai genre, just after Sword Art Online. After dying, the salaryman is reborn as a slime in a fantasy world. Gaining powers and allies, he rises to become the leader of a growing nation, aiming to build peace while facing gods, demons, and war. And I've literally got nothing else to say about this anime because it's already been said millions of times. All the 3 seasons have been amazing and a blast to watch. The characters, the world building, and everything about it has just been top tier. Season 3 ended with the setup of upcoming conspiracies and battles, and every choice Rimuru makes now holds the weight of nations, alliances, and the delicate hope of peace, sharpening the once cozy isekai adventure into a blade of ambition and ruthlessness. Season 4 is shaping up to be a titanic clash. Expect wars, and another season that will absolutely blow everyone away. So yeah, go ahead and watch it if you haven't yet. After that, at number 7, we have Wistoria, Wand and Sword Season 2. The anime that everyone was talking about when it first aired, and then it was like someone used the Sharingan and deleted it from our memories. Anyways, the show is set in a magical academy where magic reigns supreme, and the main character is a warrior who can't use magic. Armed with only grit and a sword, he rises through brutal challenges in a world that dismisses him. Proving strength isn't just about magic. As you have already guessed, Wistoria's first season was basically Mashle and Black Clover fused together. But for once, the main character doesn't scream at the top of his lungs and the story has actual depth. The main character's climb to the magic hierarchy, despite his inability to use magic, gave the series a gritty, determined soul. It wasn't about flashy spells, it was about the raw willpower, that same Naruto-style grit that refuses to kneel. And Season 2 is ready to air in 2026, and it's gonna blow the ceiling off. Will's journey deeper into the tower hints at deadlier trials, hidden conspiracies, and battles that will push him beyond the limit. If Season 1 was about proving he belonged, Season 2 is about proving he can change the entire world order. Expect duels that crack the earth, characters who bleed ambition, and a story that keeps punching until the world notices. And at number 6, we have Hell's Paradise Season 2. Yep, I'm pretty sure most of you have already forgotten about this one, and I don't blame you. The amount of gaps each MAPPA anime has is actually quite big, and in no way do I blame the animators whatsoever. However, I do blame the higher-ups who just try to create an anime of way too many iconic mangas at the same time. Yes, they are doing a great job at adapting it, but at some point, everyone does realize that a 3-year gap between seasons actually hurts the anime's overall adaptation. What I want to say overall is that MAPPA got a bit too much on its plate. They've been biting off a lot more than they can chew, and I can't even say that they should give other studios a chance. Because if they do, we will end up seeing another T-bait-like adaptation. So we're just gonna let them cook. Hopefully they can work something out for the next seasons. Anyway, let's get back to the actual anime. So Hell's Paradise hit like a shuriken to the face, slicing through the anime landscape with its brutal artistry and relentless pace. Gabimaru, the Hollow's quest for redemption and freedom felt like the brutal loneliness of Samurai Champloo mixed with the grotesque beauty of Tokyo Ghoul. Every fight wasn't just about survival, it was a war for the soul. Season 1 left characters battered, broken, and barely breathing. The island's mysteries deepened, revealing twisted creatures and alchemical horrors that turned paradise into a nightmare. It wasn't just death, it was transformation, agony, and transcendence all at once. Season 2 promises to rip the lid off everything. The deeper layers of the island will reveal secrets darker than anything we've seen this far, and the battles will become even more visceral. It's set to explore the fine line between humanity and monstrosity. This isn't just another survival story, it's a descent into madness, glory, and something beyond salvation. And if you haven't seen Season 1 yet, be sure to head out and watch it right away. And at number 5, we have Hat Altalier. Now, apart from the trailer, which came out almost 10 freaking months ago, there has been no news regarding this anime whatsoever. So it'll probably come out sometime in 2026, and I can't wait for it. Just the 1-minute trial was more than enough to put this anime on the top of my watch list. It looks freaking majestic and beautiful. It's bizarre how a freaking minute-long trailer without any dialogue can carry this much positivity. And I'll credit all of that to the soundtrack and the gorgeous animation. This 1 minute had more animation than the entirety of T-Bait. Yep, I'm not letting you folks forget about that nightmare. Anyways, the manga world already crowned Hat Atelier as a masterpiece, and the anime adaptation has the potential to be just as spellbinding. Coco's journey from a clumsy dreamer to a brave apprentice witch brings to mind the childlike wonder of Little Witch Academia, fused with the looming darkness of Maiden Abyss. The story crafts magic into something tangible, complex, and at times terrifyingly real. If the studio captures the manga's emotional core, which I'm almost certain of, Hat Atelier won't just be another fantasy anime. It will become a monument, a series that teaches audiences the cost of dreams and the power of defying fate, wrapped in stunning magic circles and bittersweet wonder. Next up at number 4, we have Dungeon Meshi Season 2. Now, even a couple years back, the condition of the fantasy genre in the anime world was almost like your childhood dreams and ambitions, disappearing from existence. Wow, that was dark. Anyway, I mean, the genre was still infused with other genres like JJK or AOT, but those never truly carried the magical vibes the fantasy genre was most famous for. And then came Dungeon Meshi and Frieren, which flipped the whole anime community upside down. The story's about a group of adventurers who dive into a deadly dungeon to rescue a fallen comrade. With food supplies low, they turn to cooking and eating the dungeon's monsters, balancing survival, humor, and strategy in a wild fantasy quest. Dungeon Meshi took the dungeon crawling genre and sprinkled it with absurdity, culinary genius, and heartwarming charm. Season 1 managed to balance ridiculous monster recipes with real emotions. With Season 2 on the horizon, the adventure is set to dig even deeper. Expect deadlier beasts, more creative monster dishes, and layers of backstory that add new spice to the team's quest. It's going to be flavorful explosions of humor, danger, and emotional depth, crafting a feast that no anime fan should miss. And if you are still sleeping on the anime, be sure to give this one a try. It's really good. Then at the third spot of today's list, we have Mushoku Tensei Season 3. The anime that is literally not just one of the best isekai anime, but one of the best modern animes in general, with 2 seasons that have been nothing short of mind-blowing. And it's only the tip of the iceberg. Mushoku Tensei set a bar so high for isekai anime that few dare even dream of touching it. From its mesmerizing animation to its gut-wrenchingly human characters, it tore apart the fantasy formula and rebuilt it into something painfully real. Season 2 peeled back even more of Rudius' emotional armor, showing a boy crushed under the weight of his failures but still clawing towards a better self. Now Season 3 will dive even deeper. New adventures, old scars reopened, and relationships both mended and shattered are on the horizon. And to you anime-only fans, you guys aren't ready for the horrifying twists that are about to come. If Season 2 builds Rudius back up, Season 3 will throw this guy to the lowest level of hell. And it's going to be unforgettable. You will know why the series is called one of the best stories in fiction. I mean, the only one that would be comparable to it is Re:Zero. There could have been another one. But let's forget about that. I've already mentioned it enough times. Let's move on. Next at the runners-up of today's list, we have Frieren Beyond Journey's End Season 2. Yep, the highest rated anime is coming back, and it's only gonna get better. So decades after a victorious quest, the elf mage Frieren begins a quiet journey to understand her lost comrades and what it means to live. A tale of memory, grief, and connection told through slow-burning emotional encounters across time. Frieren walked into the fantasy anime landscape like a quiet storm, touching souls the way Violet Evergarden did years ago. The slow, melancholic reflection on mortality, memory, and meaning made it more than just a post-heroic journey. It became a meditation on existence itself. Watching Frieren navigate a world that had moved on without her had echoes of Maiden Abyss's lonely exploration and Anohana's bittersweet nostalgia. Season 1 wasn't just beautiful, it was life-changing, reshaping how a fantasy anime could explore grief and healing over centuries. It stitched together quiet heartbreak with the magic of simple conversations, much like Natsume's Book of Friends did for the supernatural slice of life genre. Frieren's relationships with her companions, both old and new, added a richness that lingers far beyond the final frame. With Season 2 ready to release in early 2026, excitement boils over. The new arc promises deeper dives into Frieren's heart and heavier confrontations with the echoes of her past. Magic battles will be more intense and not just in a spectacle, but in emotional weight, carrying the kind of silent devastation that Attack on Titan's quieter moments delivered. Season 2 isn't just an extension, it could redefine what fantasy storytelling looks like in anime, wrapping beauty, sorrow, and hope into one breathtaking package. So if by any chance you haven't seen it yet, please watch it. But at the top spot of today's list, we obviously have Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. Probably the most anticipated anime of 2026, everyone, including me, was hoping for it to be released in 2025. But let's be honest, the MAPPA employees need a break. And I'm worried about it releasing late cause it at least is happening. I'm more worried about Vinland Saga cause it looks like we won't be seeing it until 2027 at least. Anyways, let's get back to our topic here. We have a main character who for once isn't into frickin' lollies, oh my god, thank god. Instead, the dude loves women with a big butt, and I respect that. And for those who haven't watched JJK yet, no, the white-haired dude isn't the main character, this guy is. I was seriously surprised about how much of an actual anime is overshadowed by this handsome punk. Well, it's no wonder the author made a Kit Kat reference. So Jujutsu Kaisen blew the doors off the shonen genre with its breakneck animation, razor-sharp fights, and emotional storytelling. Season 1 delivered iconic battles like Itadori and Toto's team-up and Gojo's mind-bending domain expansion, and Season 2 showcased the infamous Shibuya incident arc, turning every street into a battlefield. As characters fell and new curses rose, the show didn't flinch. It carved out pain, betrayal, and despair with precision. With the culling game arc looming, the tension is set to snap like a wire. Expect Season 3 to push even harder with brutal confrontations, deeper character dives, and power spiraling out of control. It's the kind of raw storytelling that feels brutal, unrelenting, and unforgettable. Jujutsu Kaisen isn't just fighting for its spot among the greats, it's here to own it. Well, that's the list for today, guys. If you were able to make it this far, please be sure to comment on which anime you think should have been on this list, or the ones that you're most excited for. Also, if you're here before, but aren't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Subscribe, and also don't forget to hit that bell icon and set us all to be notified about all our latest new videos. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.